Hello everyone, very warm welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss about El Nino and how does it affect India. Okay, so let's discuss about El Nino. So first the question is, what is an El Nino? So El Nino is the name given to occasional development of warm ocean surface water during the southern summers near Peru Chile coast. Okay, so let's see in the map, then we can know better. Let me draw a rough sketch of the southern hemisphere countries like South America, and on the other hand we have Australia. Okay, excuse me for my drawing. So we have Australia and South America. Okay, so in South America, we do not have to deal with each and every country. We need to see only two countries here. One is this country, which is Peru, and the another country is Chile. Okay, this is Peru and this is Chile. And between them, there is another country, Bolivia, but we are not concerned about it. This is Peru, this is Chile, and we all know about this country, Australia. Okay, so what is an El Nino? So El Nino is the occasional warm water. Occasional. This is not generally. This is occasional. Occasional development of warm surface water during the southern summers. During the southern summers. Now, what is southern summers? Like we live in India. So in India, our summers generally occurs in that at the time of June, July, or May. Okay. So at that particular time, the sun reaches the Tropic of Cancer on 21st June. We know we know this is known as summer solstice. And for southern hemisphere countries, the sun reaches the Tropic of Capricorn on around 22nd of December, around the time of Christmas. Okay, so at this period of time when the sun is at peak on like their sun is at Tropic of Capricorn, so at that particular time at the Peru Chile coast a warm surface water current develops. Okay, and this creates very global geographical phenomenons which we are going to discuss in the later part of this video. So it generally this occurs at the time of Christmas. That is why people also people also call El Nino as baby Christ, because for around many years scientists and many geographers could not able to like decipher what is the cause behind the El Nino. So they named it as baby Christ, not scientists, like normal people. They named it as baby Christ because it generally comes around the Christmas. So before understanding about El Nino and how does it work, I think it would be better to first discuss what normally occurs, and then we are going to study about the exception, because El Nino is a occasional phenomena. So before studying about occasional phenomena, we need to study about the normal condition. Okay, so I hope you all know there are two types of ocean currents. There are two types of ocean current. One is cold current and one is warm current. One is cold current and one is warm current. So at the coast of Peru and Chile, here occurs a cold current, which is known as Humboldt current. Humboldt current. Okay. So what is the characteristic of a cold current? So usually a cold current is more denser than the warm current, and cold ocean water or cold current generally lies below in the ocean, and the warm currents are on the above. Okay, so the upper layer of the ocean generally it gets insulated by the sun and it gets heated up. So the upper layers are warm current and the lower layers are the cold current. So this generally happens. Okay, so let me tell you again, I'm telling you this normally this occurs. Okay, so what actually causes this cold Humboldt current to rises upward? So from this South American continent, there blows a offshore trade wind. Offshore trade wind. This offshore trade wind helps in the desiccating or the removal of surface warm water. The surface warm water which is around the Peru Chile coast, it gets removed, and when it gets removed, the this cold current replaces this warm ocean current. Okay, so let me redraw this again here. So for example, if this is the coast of South America, Peru, Chile, okay, and this is Australia. For the sake of understanding, I am drawing it simple. I'm keeping it simple. So as the off trade winds, offshore trade winds removed the warm surface water, and the cold Humboldt current has replaced the warm surface current. So this becomes cold, and the region around the western coast of Australia becomes hot, like hot warm surface current. Okay, so because of this, the colder region, we know that the colder region is a high pressure zone. Okay, and the warmer region is low pressure zone. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you about the air circulation thing. So from generally it occurs from the low pressure zone, air ascends and it descends upon the high pressure zone. Okay, it descends over the high pressure zone. So this normally occurs, and whenever the air ascends, it generally causes rainfall at this particular place. Okay, so the western coast of Australia, sorry, eastern coast of Australia, not western. I think I have earlier also said the western, but sorry for that. Eastern coast of Australia receives heavy rainfall, and this air circulation is known as Walker cell. Walker cell. Walker was the name of the scientist or geographist who came up with this particular thing. So this is Walker cell, and this occurs generally, normally. Now, but what is El Nino? So let's discuss about El Nino also. So for understanding El Nino, let me redraw the things again. We have the South America again. Okay, and on the other hand, we have Australia. Okay, so we earlier know that from the South American continent, here blows a offshore trade winds, and these offshore trade winds used to desiccate the surface warm water or used to remove the surface warm water. But sometimes the trade winds becomes weak. Sometimes the trade winds becomes weak or stop blowing. Therefore, the surface water along the Peru Chile coastline, which is warm, which needs to be removed, are not removed, and hence upwelling of cold Peruvian current or Humboldt current stops. Like earlier, because of the offshore trade winds, this warm surface water used to get removed or desiccated, and the cold current used to replace it. But from but because of the unknown reasons, the trade winds becomes weak. It becomes weak or even may stops. So because of that, this region becomes hot or region of hot water, and this region, this Australian region, the eastern coast of Australia, it becomes cold. Okay, so this becomes high pressure, and the western coast of South America, Peru, Chile coast, it becomes low pressure. And we know that, and one thing we know that from the low pressure zone, air circulation, air rises up and it moves towards the high pressure, descends towards the high pressure zone. And the point from where it ascends, this will cause rainfall, heavy rainfall, not simple rainfall, heavy rainfall in Peru and Chile. Even it will cause flooding and all. Okay, but what is doing at the eastern coast of Australia at this particular point, uh, drought will come. Okay, because whenever the air descends, it will not cause rain. Okay, I will make another video on that also, why it does happen. So leave it for another video. So in this particular thing, the Walker cell gets reversed. The Walker cells get reversed. Now the air circulation is blowing from South America towards the Australia, and this is known as ENSO. Okay, this is known as El Nino Southern Oscillation. El Nino Southern Oscillation. Okay, Southern Oscillation, El Nino Southern Oscillation, ENSO. Okay, so we have studied about this, but let's discuss about effects of El Nino on the Australia, India, and few other countries. Like we have seen here, let me show you again. So this was the normal condition. In the normal condition, Australia, the eastern coast of Australia was receiving very heavy rainfall, and also India also receives heavy rainfall. But during the period of El Nino, Australia receives zero rainfall, almost zero rainfall, and drought occurs here. So if you remember, in the early part of 2020, in the January 2020, we have seen the Australian bushfire. Why? Because year 2020 was the El Nino year. Okay, and there is one more phenomena attached to it: Indian Ocean Dipole, positive Indian Ocean Dipole. So Indian Ocean Dipole, I will make another video for that. Wait.